The number one most frustrating phrase that's uttered routinely by traditional pediatricians still today is, "Don't worry, they'll grow out of it." For my entire career as a pediatric chiropractor, I keep hearing stories of parents who were rightfully concerned about things like their baby's colic and constant crying and chronic ear infections, constipation, gut issues, developmental delays and missed milestones, and sensory meltdowns, only to find out later that their gut instincts were right. And these early infant and childhood health challenges are a sign of neurological dysfunction that kids do not usually grow out of. Instead, they grow into chronic illness and neurological challenges, like sensory processing disorder, like autism spectrum disorder, ADHD, asthma, allergies, and so forth. So if you're told by your traditional pediatrician to just wait and see if your child outgrows symptoms like extreme fussiness, poor sleep, chronic congestion, constipation, or sensory meltdowns, then this video will make you think twice. These conditions have real neurological causes behind them that require proper care that actually addresses the root cause, instead of just hoping and waiting for them to go away, which is exactly what we're going to be breaking down in this video today. This video is for all of those frustrated, confused, and fed up parents who know deep within their guts that something more serious is brewing under their child's symptoms, but their pediatricians keep dismissing the concerns and saying that they'll grow out of it. You'll learn how common childhood conditions like colic and infections, and digestive issues, and sensory problems actually stem from neurological dysfunction and nervous system stress. And then finally, what we're going to do is we're going to explain why neurologically focused pediatric chiropractic care is so essential to not just relieve symptoms, but to truly restore nervous system function and get your child back on track developmentally. So what's really going on? The brutal truth is that kids absolutely do not simply grow out of most of these early childhood conditions and phases that these traditional pediatricians dismiss as normal and temporary. Why? Because nearly every single challenge that we've discussed stems from an underlying neurological cause: stress, dysfunction, and what's called dysautonomia of our central and autonomic nervous system. Frequent congestion and respiratory infections become chronic illnesses like asthma and allergies. Sensory meltdowns and tantrums and sleep troubles can grow into ADHD and sensory processing disorder. And colic and reflux can lead to digestive struggles, constipation, and food intolerance or allergies. The cascading effects build onto each other and lead from one thing to another. This cascade of events is what we call the perfect storm. It all starts with excess neurological stress in utero from a stressful pregnancy. Then add in potential birth trauma from interventions like forceps, vacuums, inductions, and cesarean deliveries. And finally throw in early exposure to antibiotics, other medications, toxins, and so forth. And this all triggers inflammation within our body and the gut-brain connection. This all becomes a sequence of traumatic, toxic, and life-altering events that a child goes through early in life that leaves their nervous system stuck in a state of fight or flight and can throw them off track developmentally. All of this early exposure to stress and toxins leaves the child's nervous system subluxated. Subluxation, or a neurostructural shift, is our chiropractic word for neurological dysfunction, dysregulation, and something called dysautonomia. At the root of all chronic illness, whether it's digestive, immune-related, or neurological, it's this singular problem: dysautonomia. Once you understand the perfect storm in terms like subluxation, nervous system dysregulation, the vagus nerve, and dysautonomia, moms and dads, you'll have found the answers that you've been up late at night looking for to explain why your child is so sick and so stressed out all the time. As neurologically focused pediatric chiropractors, our team at Haven Family Chiropractic is trained to recognize how this cascade occurs and find the real root cause of your child's chronic health challenges by diving deep into their case history and running in-depth neurological exams that can find and detect the presence of that neurological dysfunction and dysautonomia. If you feel that your child's health struggles are being brushed off as just phases that they'll grow out of, Trust your mom and dad gut and take the next step into learning about subluxation, dysautonomia, and neurologically focused chiropractic care. Click the link below or find it in our bio to read a detailed article explaining why kids do not simply grow out of most childhood health conditions, and to find out how you can learn more information about our clinical process and care protocols work.